Annoyed Wawa supervisor. Positivity. Positivity. Your wife does coke, get another one. Positivity. Positivity. Your friend does coke, get him arrested. Allegedly. That's my favorite accusation in this whole thing. It's like, you act like I was, people are like, you went and talked to the cops. I'm like, the cops made it very clear it was not optional. Everyone's like, oh man, you were some kind of witness. When they called me, they were like, we need you to come in. I'm like, well, I've been gone for like 2 months. I'm really excited to be away from that part of my life. And the cops are like, we're not, like, it was one thing you learn in dealing with the state is that it's very much like dealing with someone in a mafia movie. They're like, we're not saying you have to come in. It would be a lot easier for all of us if you just came in. And then once I got there, they were like, we haven't ruled you out as a suspect. I'm like, they sat me down. They're like, would you like a lawyer present? I'm like, no, I'm good. I haven't done anything. I don't need a lawyer present. It's fine. And then they go, are you sure? Because you're allowed to have a lawyer present and you're not being detained yet. They said, and they're like, you're not being detained yet. You can walk out of here whenever you'd like. You're free to go whenever you want to. I'm like, okay, should, because I talked to my lawyer before I went in there. And he was like, nah, you don't need me in there. Just tell the truth. You'll be fine. And then I talked to him afterwards and he's like, oh shit. It's pretty fucking serious. Yeah, they let me know that there were a couple different ways we can do this whole thing. You can either come in or we can discuss another way of doing this. Honky, we're not keeping score. We're not keeping score. Honky says, just realized something. The fine is still less than April's speeding ticket. Nobody's keeping score publicly. Nobody's keeping score publicly. Nobody is keeping score publicly and talking about it publicly. Nobody is talking about, anything publicly. Nobody is gloating publicly. Nobody is sitting here doing a touchdown dance on the 1 yard line. Nobody's doing that. Privately, I don't know, let me have a private life for Christ's sake. Privately, are there conversations? Privately, are there a lot of ironies being pointed out? Sure. Privately, is there a lot of backslappings and congratulations? Privately, are there a lot of family members and friends reaching out? Privately, are there a lot of people who maybe don't like me, but dislike somebody else greatly, that have had very nice words and have been very kind? Of course. Am I enjoying watching longtime steel toe obsessors mauled over this? Not publicly. No, I think that's terrible. Privately, if people pointed out something, sure, maybe. But that's private. Privately, are there people pointing out really wonderful shit? Yes, of course. Publicly, are there any live events scheduled? No. Privately, has anything been discussed? I don't know. I have no idea. Publicly, consummate professional. Privately, a lot of interesting things to point out. All right, look, let's move on, shall we? Let's go to Honky says those dry broads aren't taking the news very well. Fatty brunette even took down your mugshot picture. Come on, guys. I thought it was all fun. This is exposing a lot of hypocrisy in that onion, menopause, Ricado world. I thought this was all fun and games. Well, in fairness, for Nick, it was never fun and games. It was deep vengeance against his ex-boyfriend. But for the other groups, I thought this was all just fun. I thought we were all having a good time. Now, one piece of news doesn't go the way you want it. See, this is Casey, this is an exhibit of Aaron was right. Aaron has had these people exposed from the beginning. Did I not say these people create a reality, accept it as fact about me, then when it doesn't come true, they get mad at me or they seethe about it when nobody ever told them to believe that was the case? I keep telling these people, I keep trying to educate them. I'm like the parent who keeps watching their kid up, even though I told them to do the opposite. Children. My children. Did she really take down that mugshot? Oh, my God. You watch. Next time they're live, she's going to have it back up. I'm going to predict that right now. Put me on the record. She is going to put that back up for their next show because she will not be able to handle them. Because these people, I didn't know this. They don't watch clips. They watch every second of everything I do. I didn't know this, but Nick watches every second. His entire day is nothing but consuming Steel Toe all day. He's the biggest Steel Toe fan alive. He even comes up with his own fan fiction. Now he has to believe that I'm doing cocaine during the show, or he can't live. He cannot go through a day. He cannot get himself through a day unless he believes that I'm doing cocaine. And sweetheart, if that's what you need to believe, then by God, that's what I'm doing. Look, your whole life you've been told you're a special boy and you're okay. Mommy and daddy catered to you, given you everything, every possible advantage. And did you it up? Yeah, but you know what the advantage you have of affluenza is? You never had to notice it. You never had to admit it. You never had to take responsibility. And you still don't. And that's wonderful. I mean, are you living off the accomplishments of dead people? Yes, of course. And but you know, as long as you don't think about that, you'll be fine. As long as you don't think about the fact that you've spent more than you've earned. You have not produced more than you've consumed. And you're living off the accomplishments of angels. Just don't think about it, and you won't have to worry about it. Watch Steel Toe constantly. Watch things that talk about Steel Toe constantly. And you'll be okay. You can convince yourself of any universe you want to create. Me? I'll be going outside. I'll be having a life. You could argue that right now, with his obsession with me, that Nick is eating my goo. Nick constantly consuming my leftovers. Just find it odd that maybe, someone having a hard time facing reality. Look, I would too if I were him. I get it, but I'm glad I can make him feel better. And again, look, if me doing coke during the shows is the only thing keeping you hanging on by a thread, then God damn it, little boy, special boy, you believe that. Because you know what, little boy, you deserve it. You talk to him like his mommy and daddy, it soothes him. You're just good. People don't understand how good you are.